Hardcore Pawn is True TV's #1 reality series, and the father-son duo Les and Seth from the show, they recently stopped by our CT Style set, and they assessed some of our viewers' treasured items. Now, if you've seen the show, you'll probably know that these guys are a little hot-tempered, and I kind of lost it after they started cutting into my lunch break. I was a little ticked off, so here, take a look. Seth, Les, how much more time we spend
Does
in
it
here?
not look like we're working?
Who are you yelling at?
No,
you come into here yelling at us?
Does
We're
it
doing
not?
you a favor.
You called us in
What
here.
the heck's wrong with you?
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just used to seeing the show. Like I thought I was supposed to come in, like yell and argue. No.
Yeah, no. Let's get down to business.
Whew, okay, now that our tempers are tamed, Les and Seth investigated our first item, 2 decorative African wood carvings from Carol Brzezowski.
So when we first walked in, prior to you yelling at us,
Yes.
we noticed that this is some beautifully carved African wood. Beautiful, absolutely spectacular. The condition for the age is really nice. When I really looked at it, it had some really intricate carvings. I would venture to say that these would be worth around $400 each.
So it's worth about $400. How much would you offer somebody?
If somebody walked in with these, they'd probably be worth around $200 each. You know, in business, you have to make a profit. I would start at $400. I'd probably take $300.
Next up, vintage school books passed down through my family.
Somebody signed it in 1909, so they are old. But if you look,
wasn't me.
It wasn't you,
No,
right?
no.
But if you look at the condition, they're not in good condition, right? And unfortunately, that tends to lend itself not to be worth very much money.
Somebody came into the store. How much would you give them?
Yeah, it's probably not going to be that much. I would probably say about 25 for it.
25?
25.
Come on, we got to haggle a little bit here.
That's good. 25 is
25,
good.
really?
You know-
Yeah, I was at 20. So,
So there you go.
know,
So whose offer?
I'll take it.
Okay, perfect.
I'll take the 25. yeah.
Okay.
Let's see if our next item can up the ante. From Lou Ann Smith, a Native American, well, we're really not quite sure what it is.
This one is a cast iron piece. It probably came from a cigar store. They used to have cigar store Indians, and this has the same look as one of those. So that was probably an ashtray that hung on the outside of a building. So if you had the wooden Indian, it would be worth probably $1,500. This piece is probably worth $100,
Wow. Okay.
which is good.
Yeah, $100
It's
bucks
very
for
cool.
this, I would take it. Here you go.
There you go. There you go.
Let's make a deal.
No deal. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Up next, a pocket watch from my grandpa.
This pocket watch is pretty cool. So looking at it, you notice there's 2 different colors of gold. The fob is not gold. Okay, so this piece right here. However, this pocket watch is 14 karat gold. These are actually coming back in style. People are coming in the store all the time looking for pocket watches. It's like the cool, trendy, retro
Really?
thing. Yeah.
So the name of our show is CT Style. So you would consider this to be a fashionable item that I could potentially wear, right?
Yeah, of
You
course,
don't wear
around
it
your
around
neck.
your neck.
No,
no,
that's
no,
cool.
no.
Around
That's
your
cool.
In the like
That's what you do when you wear a vest.
like this.
Yeah, just and you drop it. Obviously, you don't really care about your stuff.
I mean, here's the good news, guys. That was my family, so we don't have to worry about any viewers suing me after dropping their pocket watch.
Well, it was working, and it was worth about 500.
Let's hope I don't drop our next finds. After all, what would collector's items be without baseballs? Mary Ellen Parkinson gave us the signed Babe Ruth and Ted Williams baseballs, and Teresa's brother dropped off a Barry Bonds ball.
Okay, so I'm a huge sports memorabilia fanatic, so this is right up my alley. The unique part about this Babe Ruth ball is it's personalized to somebody. So whenever you're getting an autograph, my recommendation is don't get it personalized.
Oh, don't? Really?
Don't, because now we have to look at the name.
Wants the other guy's name.
Exactly. So it's cool. If you want to pass it down through your family, it's cool, but for value, it's not worth that money. So what I would recommend, I don't think any of these come with a certificate of authenticity. I would send it in to make sure that the signature is legit.
Okay.
So Babe Ruth ball. Babe Ruth balls could sell for as much as $10,000.
10,000.
The Ted Williams baseball, $500. Maybe pushing 800.
And then Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
With or
hundred.
without steroids? That's the question.
Is there an asterisk next to his name?
Just don't cut the ball in half.
And we saved the best for last. A painting by Francis Davis Millett, our producer Megan Yost's great-great-great-great-uncle, who also happens to be a famous American artist, and whose best man was Mark Twain. Oh yeah, by the way, he also passed away in the sinking of the Titanic.
He is a very well-known artist. You know, his charcoals are hanging. They range anywhere from 50,000 to 200,000. When I was actually doing a little homework, I found that we have the thing called the Detroit Institute of Arts, and he has some art hanging there. Everything looks good. The canvas looks good. When I looked at the back, the nails in the back, if they would show that they were done earlier, you know, closer to now, then I would be hesitant. they look real. But just because they look real doesn't mean they're real. When I looked at the signature on the bottom of the painting, it looked authentic. Perception is everything. The way I see it, it's real, but don't take my word for it. You need a real art appraiser. I'm really good at telling you what, Ryan stuff is worth, but this is something that could be worth well above 6 figures. Well above. Way well above. Way well above. If this is what you say it is, you could have your hands on a gold mine.
Oh my gosh.
How cool is that, Teresa?
Wow.
Over
Megan's
6 figures.
Paying for her wedding, I guess,
Yeah.
with that painting.
Or she can hook us up with a little percent.
Is she going to go do the research and find out what's going on?
Yeah,
with it?
so a little update on that. She's getting in touch with Seth and Les, and they're going to put her in touch with an art expert who's going to assess it a little bit more and
We
find the
have to
real
follow
value.
up with that. That's great.
Pretty crazy, isn't it?
Awesome.
And that Babe Ruth ball.
Incredible
Cool
stuff. That
stuff.
was fun. And they took it easy on you. I feel like.
Yeah,
Sometimes they get a little rambunctious. Those
Oh my
two.
gosh, yeah. Well, it's a very funny show, but I know you've seen it. They get a little wild and
A little
crazy.
fighting
a
on
little
that
bit.
show. A lot of security called in.
So yeah, that's why we had security outside of the green room here at WTNH. Hey, coming up.